Hi girls, Coach Kelly here. So this is our first of our cycling basics tutorial. We're going to start with the helmet. So if you're cycling, if you're on a bike, you must have a helmet with us. So I'm going to show you a quick way to adjust it to you and get it fit to your head properly. So first things first, I'm actually going to look inside my helmet. And you can see here, this one was manufactured January 2014. So it says right there, January 2014. Helmets last about 3 to 5 years. 2014, so this helmet's still good. I'm going to go ahead and keep using it. But this foam material breaks down over time, and you only get one head, so only get one brain. So protect it. If your helmet is out of date, I recommend getting a new one. So this is a nice, real airy helmet. You can see it's adjustable in the back. So to put it on, I'm going to go ahead and put it right above my brow bone. So right above my eyebrows. Should be sitting flat. A lot of times we see helmets like this. Sometimes we see helmets like this. Not quite. So right above that brow bone. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it in the back. So tighten it down so it's nice and snug. I have a nice low pony here, which works really well with the helmet. And then I'm going to do the upside down test, which is like this. Nice and snug, so it's not going to come off. So that's a proper tightness on the helmet. And then I'm going to do my straps. So for the straps, you should have a V shape with the two straps that come down around your ear. So it should fall right here close to your head below your earlobe. Okay, so if you need to adjust, you're going to take it off. Most helmets are one continuous strap. So it's one continuous strap that goes all the way around. So what I'll need to do is snug it up here and pull it tighter here, and then just kind of adjust until it's nice and snug. But this one's kind of already been adjusted to me, so you can see right over the brow bone. Looks good on my ears. Sits nice and flat next to my head. Nice and snug. So no more than 2 fingers here. It's going to keep it on my head if I were to fall off the bike. And then these can be trimmed up. REI has a hot knife, so they'll cut it for you. Nice clean ends, or you can just cut it yourself and then just singe the edges with a candle or lighter or something like that. So nice snug fit. These are super easy to adjust. So it's got the flip down and then I can slide. So you may want to put it on and kind of adjust. Oops, my straps flipped inside. But get it on and adjust. So if it's all the way down here, not really going to do its job as well. So got to make sure that it's nice and snug, nice and flat, and then lock it in place. All right? That's your helmet fit. Helmets are sexy. Saving your head is sexy. Okay, girls, here is the next video, which is all about gathering your gear. So before we go on a ride, we want to make sure everything on our bike is lubricated. So the chain needs to be lubricated, and the crank, just like a car needs oil. You can't drive a car without oil. You can't ride a bike without lubrication. So I like Finish Line Dry Teflon Lube. This is for all riding conditions, and it won't attract dirt quite like a wet lube does. So I have my oil. I have my floor pump. So this is a floor pump. You do use it on a floor. The larger pumps like this do give you the power to really get your tubes up to the proper PSI. It's got a gauge here on the top. This head is called a smart head, so it works for both Presta and Schrader tubes, and so we'll go over that in a little bit, but I do recommend having a floor pump. I will always bring this to our workouts, so anytime we have a bike workout, I will bring a floor pump, so make sure you come to class or come to the workout about 15 minutes early to make sure you have enough time to properly inflate your tires, but having inflated tires is part of cycling, so it's something that you need to do. They must be maintained. If you're not properly filling your tubes to the right air pressure, you're more likely to get flats, and nobody wants that. And then you also are going to be working a lot harder. Yeah, you're working harder if your tubes aren't properly inflated. So super important to always have your tubes pumped up to the proper PSI. So lube and air always before you ride. And then the other gear that I'm going to show you includes my frame pump, my seat pack that has all of my Fix-A-Flat gear in it, and my tube top bag which are like my handy little items that I like to always have with me. So on my bike here, see if you can see me. Here's my bike. I'm in my house. So water bottle, that's easy. Frame pump. So this is a frame pump, nice little small guy. I have my seat pack, and I have my tube top bag. Okay, so let's quickly go over my frame pump and my seat pack. So this seat pack has everything I need in it to fix a flat. It will get me out of a bad situation. So this is my frame pump. So you can see a frame pump is nice and small. This is the one I recommend, is the Topeak Mini Morph, or any of the Topeak Morph line pumps are great. The head is adjustable. It's got this rubber hose on it so you can work at the angle that works best for you. It's got a pull-up T-handle and a flip-down foot piece, so that's super easy to use. It's essentially a floor pump that can be brought with you on the bike and attaches right to your frame. It's nice and small, compact, will get you what you need. There is no gauge on this pump. Most frame pumps do not have a gauge on them. And then this head can be converted to either Presta or Schrader, so that's kind of handy. Must have a frame pump with you. In my seat pack, we have a bunch of stuff. So nice compact seat pack. Everything I need is in here already, ready to go if I have a flat. So what does that include? It includes my tire levers. Tire levers always come in pairs of 2 because you probably will need both. If one breaks, these do break pretty easily, then you have a backup. So 2 tire levers, put both in there. I have my super patches. So these are Perk Tool super patches. They're basically just like super stickers that you can use to patch a hole in your tube. I recommend these over this kind, a patch kit kind. This has the rubber cement, it's got the patch, it's got all this stuff, but these take some time to cure, and for our purposes for triathlon, typically sitting on the side of the road and waiting for this to cure is not as easy or as quick of a fix. So again, I like the super patches. Okay, so it's just like a super sticker. Then in here I also have my multi-tool, which is a multi-tool. Got everything I need to adjust or tighten anything down on my bike in case it becomes loose. I have a dollar bill. I'll talk about that in a bit. And I have my tube. So inside my seat pack is my tube. I know that this tube fits my bike. I've picked it out to specifically fit those tires, and it's inside a glove. So this glove acts as a protective barrier when this tube, which is a soft material, needs to stay moist. When this tube sits in a seat pack for a long time and it's moving around in there, if it's just, moving back and forth, a little bit of rubbing can cause a hole in this tube, and that would be a really big bummer if your backup system had a hole in it when you went to put it on. So make sure your tube is protected, whether it be in a plastic bag or a rubber glove. I like a rubber glove because if I'm in a situation where I want to keep my hands dry and clean, I can always put on this rubber glove. It's kind of handy, and it's got that the powder, which kind of helps keep everything dry and soft and supple, which is what you want your tube to stay, soft and supple, not dry or hard. You don't want a cracked tube, obviously. So again, all this stuff sits and lives inside of my seat pack. And then the last thing is my tube top bag. So my tube top bag is also called a bento box, but it does sit on the top tube of the bike. So in my tube top bag, I have some gel, so some fuel. Always have that. And then in this little baggie, I have a bunch of stuff, and I like it in a bag because this is easy to take out. I put my bike on top of my car when I drive to rides, and so I like to take this out because it does have my ID in it. This is just a spare ID with my former maiden name, and it's an expired card, but it's got everything that I need on it. It's got my photo, it's got my birthday, it has my Kaiser number, it has my husband's name and phone number, and it has my my current address. So I always keep that in there. I have an extra dollar bill if I need to stop and buy some other fuel somewhere if I kind of bonk. So an extra dollar bill. I've got chamois butter. You You probably won't need it until you need it. And then when you need it, you'll know that you need it and you want to have this handy. So chamois butter, this is a kind of on-the-go pack, so it's already sealed. Sometimes you need it in your saddle, in your soft tissue area, in your saddle area, shorts. And sometimes, I know for a lot of gals, we need it under our bra straps or in the front here. So it's just nice to have. Always keep that with you. Chapstick with some SPF. I have an extra tampon just in case, because you never know when Aunt Flo shows up. You don't want to be out on a long ride. I have some Advil in case I get a headache, and I always bring some Benadryl with me. I don't know how I'm going to react to a bee sting, or who knows. Benadryl is always a good thing to have, just in case you go into some sort of hopefully not anaphylactic shock, but if you have some sort of allergic reaction, it's always just handy to have. So all of that stuff lives inside of my bento box, like I said, also called a tube top bag, and that's because it lives on the top tube of your bicycle. So this is the top tube, and that's my handy little top tube bag. I also can throw my cell phone in there and my car keys, so it's real handy to have. Otherwise, with most jerseys, there'll be a pocket on the back, so you can keep it handy there, but I just like it on my tube top bag. So those are my essentials for on the bike and gear that you should have prior to riding. So it's floor pump, lube, seat pack, frame pump, and tube top bag, or any personal items that you want to keep with you. Thanks, girls.